Now on WRDE Coast TV.
Trash in Dewey Beach. What's being done to clean up town?
Cooking up opportunity, how the Milford Food Bank is helping disabled adults enter the workforce.
If you felt like today's heat was over the top, it wasn't your imagination. Record-breaking heat throughout all of Delmarva, and when I show you the heat index, your eyes are going to pop wide.
And with that record-breaking heat, how people are trying to stay cool.
From the beaches to the bays, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV News at 5 starts right now.
Throwing away trash, but apparently not enough. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight with a dirty problem down in Dewey Beach.
July and August are the busiest months of the year in many of our coastal communities, especially down the road in Dewey. The town is targeting trash by doubling the amount of trash cans there. Coast TV News reporter Heidi Kirk shows us why the time is now.
Trash blowing in the wind. This is what the town of Dewey Beach is trying to prevent by doubling the number of these big green bins on Coastal Highway.
Really have not noticed a lot of trash over the years compared to other areas.
Locals like Glenn Lentz say it's not so bad here, but he wants to keep it that way.
No one wants to come to a trashy area. You know, they want to be able to come to a place where it looks clean and, you know, they'll keep on coming back.
On a busy weekend in the summer, town leaders say it can get a little trashy in the streets. Broken beer cans and water bottles are common here after the weekend.
If you do litter, it's possible you'll get caught on one of these cameras that are stationed throughout the town of Dewey Beach, and that could lead to a fine.
Everybody's welcome in Dewey Beach. We want them to come down here, have a good time. You know, we got the best sunrise and the best sunset here with the ocean in the bay. All we ask is that they follow our town codes and our laws, and they keep the town as clean as possible.
The best thing that you can do to help keep Dewey Beach clean is if you see any trash, just pick it up and throw it away. And that's how you can make a difference. In Dewey Beach, I'm Heidi Kirk, Coast TV News.
Let's go ahead and take a live look outside right now. This is the 45th Street Tap House cam, the Hershey's Exteriors cam down there in Ocean City. It looks gorgeous. What you can't see there is where the mercury is at. It's pretty high. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams. Paul, how you doing?
Doing good, but you know, you really don't want the mercury to try to go for the high jump record, you know, on us, and that's what it feels like. And if you felt like it was crazy hot, you weren't crazy because of that. Now, we had a high of 98 degrees today. 96 was the record that was set in 1986, so we blew that record out of the water. We were 10 degrees above the norm for this time of the year. Take a look at where we are right now. It feels like 95 in Lewis. It feels like 100 in Greenwood right now, and it feels like 101 in Georgetown. And it's cooled down since then. We have a heat index tracker that I want to show you in a few moments. Just stick around. It's going to really just blow your mind.
And as Paul just explained, we're seeing scorching hot temperatures across Sussex County yet again. Temperatures soaring into the 90s this afternoon, beating the heat. That might seem like a no-brainer idea along the coast thanks to our many beaches, our refreshing water. But for people like Al Seibert, who works outside giving ship tours for the light ship overfalls, staying cool can be a little more of a challenge.
Down below in the ship is extremely warm. There's not a lot of ventilation down there. The steel deck kind of radiates the heat down, so we have a thermometer down there and it sometimes gets into the mid to upper 90s.
If you want to keep your own internal temperature down, look for shade, drink plenty of water, and spend time indoors, preferably with a little air conditioning.
And thank your HVAC workers because they're really busy right now. Well, the Wicomico County Health Department has issued an extreme heat advisory. Health officials say the heat index is so high in Wicomico County, it will feel like 100 to 105 degrees.
Today is a special day for Delawareans. It is National Delaware Day. Now, you may be more familiar with December 7th, which is also Delaware Day. That's the day Delaware historically became the first state. But back in 2017, the National Day calendar began celebrating each state in the order that they were brought in. So starting with Delaware, ending with Hawaii. And that brings us to our Coast TV poll as we celebrate the first state. What's your favorite thing about Delaware?
Let's take a look at the results. And I would like to say, as someone who's lived here for a while, I've never heard of National Delaware Day. So this was...
I hadn't either. New to me.
New to both of us. Well, it looks like beaches is the number one poll answer there. And I would agree with that. Scrapple, I didn't get to see on the screen how many people voted for that, but that's a no from me.
Still early, by the way, so these might change as we get further on into the newscast. You can go vote at WRDE.com or use the mobile app.
Well, moving on, the first class of students for the Milford Food Bank's Kitchen School program graduated today. The class offered adults with disabilities 8 weeks of training in the kitchen on cooking and food safety. Now that the students have graduated, most will begin jobs cooking for companies like the Harrington Raceway, also Grain on the Rocks you see there. Instructors say this first class of students were eager to eat up the opportunity to learn.
Worked, really hard to get where we are, and they came in, they were hungry for the knowledge. You didn't have to force them to come to work, it was like they beat me here sometimes. They stayed late when we worked extra hard. They put their love into it, and I put my love into them.
The next kitchen school class will begin February 5th of next year.
What a great program. The U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services recently announced proposed changes to the naturalization test. Changes include adding speaking sections to assess English skills. That's where an officer would show photos of ordinary scenarios and ask the applicant to describe the photos verbally. They would also make the civics section on U.S. history and government multiple choice. Mariah Bautista, who started giving citizenship classes at La Esperanza in January of 2022, says it might sound intimidating, but don't let it deter you.
I always say if you have been a lawful permanent resident for enough time to qualify to naturalize, just go ahead and naturalize. Don't wait just because of a change in testing.
Right now, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services are only exploring trial test options for a possible redesign of the test. The agency, which will continue to reach out to partners, including community-based organizations with experience in naturalization, they say that they are thoroughly going to review trial test results before considering any permanent revisions to that naturalization test.
The Delaware Department of Natural Resources and Environmental Control announced a record-breaking wild turkey harvest for this spring's hunting season. 785 turkeys were harvested, making what the department says is a 38% increase from last year, and it also passes the previous record. Additionally, the largest turkey in Delaware's history was caught in Kent County, weighing over 27 pounds. DENREC says the harvest reflects conservation efforts since turkeys were reintroduced to the wild in the mid-'80s.
President Biden returns to the White House tonight after wrapping up a critical week of foreign policy meetings. The president met with the leaders of the Nordic nations today in Finland. As NBC's Bree Jackson shows us, this comes just one day after the high-stakes NATO summit.
President Biden wrapping up his three-nation European tour in Finland, welcoming the newest NATO member.
Finland took its place at the table as our newest ally.
The country shares an 800-mile border with Russia and applied for its membership soon after Vladimir Putin invaded neighboring Ukraine. The Finnish president pledging unwavering support for the Ukrainian people.
Which is defending not only herself, but also all the values we represent.
Now, 31 countries comprise NATO. The alliance plans to further enhance its defenses by adding Sweden soon.
This is good news. This is good news for peace, and it further isolates Putin and tells him you're an international pariah, your economy's in the dumpster.
On Thursday, President Biden again touted NATO's strength while appearing to taunt Putin when asked whether the Russian leader would prolong his war.
The answer is Putin's already lost the war. Putin has a real problem. How does he move from here? What does he do?
While this trip focused on foreign policy, the president was also forced to address domestic issues. On Capitol Hill, Republican Senator Tommy Tuberville has held up military nominations and promotions over abortion policy.
He's jeopardizing U.S. security by what he's doing.
Tuberville issuing this response to the president's strong words.
He got pretty fired up about me, and and on foreign soil. I wish they hadn't done that.
President Biden returns to Washington tonight to continue pursuing his domestic agenda in the face of a deeply divided Congress. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
Today, we're learning more about Russian President Vladimir Putin's takeaway from those NATO meetings. Putin says Ukraine's possible membership in the alliance will pose threats for Russia and adds that supplies of new weapons to Ukraine would change nothing on the battlefield, but only further escalate the conflict.
We may never know who brought cocaine into the White House. The Secret Service has ended the White House cocaine investigation with no leads. The small plastic bag containing the substance was found in a storage cubby near a busy visitors and staff entrance at the White House earlier this month. One source familiar with the investigation told NBC News that the leading theory is the substance belonged to one of hundreds of visitors who traveled through the building over the weekend.
The FDA has approved the first ever over-the-counter birth control pill. Its name is O-Pill. The mini pill is expected to be available in stores by the end of March 2024. Patients won't need a prescription or face any age restrictions. O-Pill, also known as the mini pill, is taken daily. The company says that the suggested retail price will be announced later this fall. Still to come, meet Salisbury University's acting police chief.
And take a look at our heat index tracker. Got up to 102, even up to 104, and look at this, even up to 106 in some areas. That's just how hot it was.
But first, water main work. What to expect at this intersection? That's up next.
First Alert Weather is our promise to be the first to tell you when big changes are coming in your weather forecast.
Whether it's day-to-day weather that changes your plans,
or severe weather that could change your life.
The First Alert Weather team will call for First Alert Weather Days.
Here on TV and all of your devices.
It's our commitment to give you the most accurate forecast.
The WRDE First Alert Weather team. That's our promise to you.
Our family is passionate about providing outstanding health care in an atmosphere that feels like home.
Here at John B. Parsons, our residents and their loved ones enjoy visiting in the inviting parlors and the charming sunrooms or relaxing on our beautiful front porch. Our dedicated professionals who care for each resident with dignity and respect. We promise to do our best to meet every need at Harrison Senior Living.
Our family caring for yours for 50 years.
Spring is here, Delmarva, and so is the pollen. But you want to be outside enjoying the sunshine. By this time next spring, you could be suffering no more. Transform your pollen-filled outdoor space into a pollen-free indoor retreat, perfect for entertaining friends and family. With an all-season sunroom oasis from Patio Systems in Lewis. For exceptional workmanship at reasonable prices, Patio Systems is your pollen-free backyard living specialist. Locally owned and operated since 2001.
Milton Town Council recently approved a project to replace the water main on Reed Street. The water main has broken several times in the last 2 years, cutting off water supply to homes and to schools. The work to replace the infrastructure is expected to begin in August.
The Seaford Historical Society is remembering its first executive director. The Historical Society says Charlena Edgell has passed away. According to the Society, Edgell became the executive director in 2007 after serving as assistant museum director for a year. She chaired the Governor Ross Mansion 150th anniversary celebration, also helped organize the first historical gala. Edgell is remembered for her dedication and volunteer efforts. The Seaford Historical Society is accepting gifts in her honor. Still to come, sports betting growth. How much money lottery officials say it's paying back to the state.
And take a look at the record-breaking heat, a high of 98 degrees in Georgetown, 100 Easton, 93 Salisbury, and 86 for Ocean City. We'll talk more about that and the first alert day we expect over this weekend.
Patience is admirable, but why wait if you don't have to? At Johnny Janosic, if you want it, get it now. With up to 72 months special financing and no money down, why wait? Shop all this week at Johnny Janosic World of Furniture and Mattresses.
Dear Food Line, thanks for all the food. The food pantry lady says you give them boxes of fresh stuff all the time. My mom and me made the best dinner ever. After I said that to her, she started crying. But my mom said that can happen if you make someone really happy.
Thanks for making her really happy. P.S. Please put in less veggies next time.
Here to fill tables and hearts with hope. Food Lion Feeds. Here for every moment.
When you're close to the land and the sea, you can taste the goodness. The historic Lewis Farmers Market brings farms closer to tables. Meet the growers, talk to the people that milk the cows, and pick the perfect peaches. Organically grown fruits and vegetables, sustainable meats and eggs, A2 dairy products, artisan breads, and fresh local seafood.
The historic Lewis Farmers Market is in the park every Saturday from 8 to noon and at Crooked Hammock Brewery every Wednesday from 8 to 11:30 a.m.
Whether you live at the beach, travel to the beach, or want to know what's going on at the beach, get the WRDE News app. The latest and most up-to-date stories for your coastal community. Download the WRDE News app on your Apple or Android devices. Just search WRDE Coast TV. The WRDE Coast TV News app. Coverage you can count on. Watch for the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep.
Johnny Janosic World of Outdoor Furniture has Delaware's largest selection of outdoor furniture and sunbrella fabrics, plus everyday low prices and immediate delivery at all Johnny Janosic Furniture and Mattresses.
I am Delmarva Dental Services.
I am Delmarva Dental Services.
Know you're in good hands at Delmarva Dental Services.
Our team works together to care for you.
I am Delmarva Dental Services.
We are Delmarva Dental Services.
We make things easier by offering weekend and evening hours.
You'll leave with a smile knowing our team cares about you.
Together with you,
we are Delmarva Dental Services.
Open 6 days a week with convenient hours. Call and schedule your appointment today.
Download the free WRDE weather app built by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodel.
This would be a great time to have our weather app. Grab your phone, put it on camera, scan the QR code in the corner because, listen, we have some serious heat in store along with another first alert day over the weekend. Clear skies is a typical thing you want, but it also opens the door for more heat to bear down on us. We have a trough that's initially pushing through. That's not going to make much of a wrinkle. But behind this, we have some significant storms that are developing, even one that's showing some significant tornadic activity, but that's way over there in Virginia. We're not so concerned about that just yet. Our primary concern right now is indeed the heat and how it's going to stick around and affect us. Currently, we're at 82 degrees in Rehoboth, 92 Lewis, 94 Redden, and 97 in Georgetown. But it feels like, or the heat index, 101 in Georgetown. It feels like 106 Selbyville. It feels like 101 in Ocean Pines. So the need for additional water, that's a real deal. But let me show you how the projections are going right now. For Friday at 6 o'clock, it's going to feel like 98 in Delmar, Seaford, Georgetown, and Lewis. Then there's Saturday, which is like eye-popping. It's going to feel like 105 in Ellendale, Seaford, 104 Salisbury, 100 Milton, 104 Georgetown, 99 Selbyville, and 100 in Berlin. The coast is going to feel hot, but the inland areas even worse for Saturday. And Saturday is when we're going to get a break from the rain. We're going to have rain primarily on Friday and Sunday. So we take a look at Friday, spotty showers kicking off just before lunchtime, Milton, Broadkill, as well as Millsboro, 80s and 70s. So that's going to be a cooling off effect. Friday evening, we'll have another spot shower that's going to flare up by Friday evening. It could bring about some heavy showers for a brief, short period of time. Saturday, I'm not overly concerned with rain, but when the rain hits, it's going to hit pretty quickly and then move out of the way around 3:30 in the afternoon with a strong flow coming out of the south. That's what all those arrows are about. Now, as we go into, let's say, Friday for the most southern portion of our viewing area, we're looking for Friday evening at 10:30, Snow Hill and Newark. That's where they're going to have to really deal with stronger storms there. Then we talk about Sunday because that's when we have our first alert day. Notice Sunday morning, 7 o'clock, rain. 11 o'clock, more rain. 4 o'clock, more rain. 9:30, more rain. So the first alert day is because of the potential of flooding in our area. Here's a look at your first alert forecast, extended forecast. 60% chance of rain on Friday, but no first alert day. But on Sunday with that 60% chance of rain, because these are slower moving storms, that's why we have a first alert day expected for Sunday. And of course, we got to deal with more heat next week.
Thanks for breaking that down, Paul. Sports betting continues to grow in Maryland. Crab Sports is the 11th online sportsbook licensee to launch in the state. Lottery officials say sports betting generated $25 million, and that went towards education funds.
The city of Salisbury has a new acting police chief. Take a look here. The city says Assistant Chief David Menshine has been named acting police chief. Acting Chief Menshine has held various leadership roles throughout his 35 years with the Salisbury Police Department. The hiring process for a new chief is still being conducted.
A reminder, you can hear Coast TV news and weather updates throughout the day on our family of radio stations, Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 FM, on 93.5 The Beach, and on Big 107.7.
After the break here on Coast TV News at 5, calls to stop offshore wind development in Maryland, what Republican lawmakers are citing in a letter sent today.
From gentle ocean breezes to small country towns, Sussex County has it all. That's why you need a real estate company that is familiar with it all. Mann & Sons offers decades of experience throughout Sussex County, whether it's helping you purchase your forever home or find the perfect vacation rental at the beach. Trust our experience. Trust Mann & Sons.
For over 30 years, the difference is clear. Mann & Sons Real Estate.
This weather's brought to you by
Mann & Sons Real Estate.
Thinking about upgrading your bath or shower? Bath by Spicer Brothers is making it easy with a limited time offer.
Right now, receive $1,000 off your new shower or bath. Save 50% off installation, plus 0% financing with no payments until 2025.
Choose your favorite style and color, and it can be installed in as little as 1 day.
Have peace of mind with our Platinum Plus lifetime warranty and factory certified 5-star installation guaranteed.
So before you sign, keep Baths by Spicer Brothers in mind.
Step 1. Join Club Ocean at Ocean Downs. Step 2. Get $20 free play guaranteed. Step 3. Play, celebrate, and join an ocean of winners like these. Ocean Downs Casino, where the fun shines.
I'm attorney Ben Schwartz. One of the saddest parts of my job is getting calls from people who waited too long to pursue a lawsuit. The law limits the time to file a lawsuit. Sometimes we get phone calls from people who waited years to call an attorney. Don't do that. If you or a family member were injured or killed as a result of someone else's wrongdoing or negligence, please call an attorney as soon as possible. Tip the scales of justice in your favor. Call Schwartz & Schwartz today.
We're Coast Country, and we're Delmarva proud.
Attention all beachgoers, Gateway Subaru is here to help you get the most out of your summer. With Gateway's large selection of reliable and adventurous vehicles, you'll be able to take on any terrain, even the sand. Leave ordinary behind and embrace adventure as you explore sandy beaches in style and comfort. Visit Gateway Subaru today and start creating unforgettable memories with your loved ones. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
The Today Show, weekdays at 7 on WRDE.
Delaware State Police have arrested a man they say played a part in copper wire thefts in the Wilmington area that caused internet and phone outages to Verizon customers. Troopers say it began back in January. They say multiple suspects climbed utility poles to cut and remove the copper telephone wires. They say 35-year-old Brian Paraskewitz has been arrested for stealing from Verizon. He turned himself in. He was charged and released on a $7,500 unsecured bond.
The Maryland House Republican caucus sent a new letter to the federal delegation today urging a moratorium on offshore wind development. The letter is requesting offshore wind development be stopped until an investigation by the Government Accountability Office is complete. The Republican lawmakers say offshore wind projects may pose a threat to national security of the United States. They also cite significant science data from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration and others. However, NOAA, currently on its website, says that it supports offshore wind energy to build clean energy economies.
If you live in Dorchester County and you need to get rid of some old tires, there's a way you can do it for free. The county is hosting a free scrap tire event at the landfill. That starts August 14th. Up to 10 tires per car will be accepted.
The entertainment business is facing a blockbuster breakdown. The contract for the Screen Actors Guild American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, known as SAG-AFTRA, expired 1 minute before midnight Pacific time, and the actors are taking to the picket line alongside already striking writers. The actors have been fighting for items like pensions, health care contributions, and additional payments when the shows they appear in air on streaming services. They've also been leery about studios using artificial intelligence in their productions. Coming up, a Summer Olympics-style competition for a cause, where you can enter a three-legged race and water balloon toss or dunk somebody in the dunk tank. Stay tuned on Coast TV News at 5.
Are you looking for a contractor that you can trust? OC Home Services specializes in custom bathrooms, shower installations, kitchen remodeling, cabinets, countertops, backsplashes, interior renovations, flooring, wet bars, interior design, custom woodwork, custom trim, exterior projects, decks, additions, siding, porches, and everything in between. If you can dream it, we can build it. OC Home Services. Professional service you can trust.
It's a destination summer sales event at Boulevard, Fort Lincoln, Georgetown, and Lewis. We are proud to have one of the largest inventories on the East Coast with over 700 new Ford vehicles available in the Preston network.
Plus, enjoy Preston's lifetime engine guarantee at no charge to you. That's our investment in you.
Hop online and visit boulevardauto.com to see our entire inventory. So don't miss out on the destination summer sales event at Boulevard, Fort Lincoln, Georgetown, and Lewis.
And remember, cars cost less with Preston.
16 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
Coverage on the road, in your community, along the coast. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, coverage you can count on.
Winner of America's Got Talent, Terry Fader is hitting the road.
So, Dougie...
Terry Fader, on the road again.
Do you remember? I actually launched your career when I won America's Got Talent.
Join him and his cast of puppets for an evening of comedy, hilarious musical parodies, and favorites you have come to know and love.
Terry Fader live at the Ocean City Performing Arts Center on Sunday, July 23rd. Get your tickets at etix.com.
Jay Leno and Kevin Eubanks.
But I'll tell you what, Kevin's going to give you $100, right, Kev?
Bring their own twist to a TV classic.
Let's play You Bet Your Life!
Weekdays at 11:30 on WRDE.
Big Chill Surf Cantina is making it an Olympic year. You can watch or compete on a team of 2 in the bar's three-legged race, a water balloon toss, and more. There will also be a dunk tank, and all of it raises money for the Rehoboth Beach Volunteer Fire Company. The Cantina Summer Olympics runs from 12 to 3 Saturday.
Looks like a great way to try to keep cool because the heat is still going to be full effect over the next few days. In fact, just reviewing this real quick for us, we're already at 98. Now, take a look at Friday. We're looking up to 98 on Seaford and 94 on Georgetown by Friday. And then there's Saturday. Saturday, we're looking at triple digits in Ellendale, Seaford, Delmar, Berlin, Selbyville. And that's just the start of the heat that we're expecting on Saturday before we get to the First Alert Day on Sunday. Then it gets really serious. Here's a look at your First Alert. Look at the First Alert Day. That's going to be on Sunday because we're expecting strong storms and steady downpours. It's going to cause concern for widespread flash flooding in some areas. And then we'll stop with the rain and kick back in with the heat.
Oh, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, download our WRDE News app.
Jeopardy's up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.